Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I am here with my bestie Jessica.
So, what are we doing?
Well, we are doing our Convincing My Bestie to Read segment. And on today's, we are going to do this has been requested quite a bit. So we're going to do it Grumpy Sunshine.
Okay. Grumpy Sunshine it up.
So I tried really hard to have a variety because I feel like I read a few authors who tend to write a lot of Grumpy Sunshine. So I wanted to have a good variety here, but Grumpy Sunshine, I feel like it's out there a lot. So I tried with the variety. Hopefully you'll find something that you want to read, and those watching will find some Grumpy Sunshines.
Yeah, and it's not something that I guess I don't read. I just don't go looking for Grumpy Sunshine, I guess. I like them when they're
Yes.
grumpy, and I don't write it down, obviously. 'Cause
I
was like,
don't either. When I was looking in my trope journal, I realized that I stopped writing Grumpy Sunshine like 6 months ago. And I was panicking a little.
Yeah. I was panicking when we talked about doing this as a full video because I was like, I don't write that down. I don't even know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Well,
Are you
let's do
ready
it.
to dive in?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go with somebody who's grumpy, but most of my grumpy men have reasons. They're not just jerks. So I kind of like that peeling back layer. So first up, I have Worth the Fall by Jay Sterling. So Thomas's wife died in childbirth. So we can understand right away why he has become closed off and grumpy. He's a single dad to 8-year-old Clara. And like all the good grumps, loves his daughter, takes great care of her, basically tells the rest of the world to fuck off, right?
Okay.
So he has been raising Clara by himself with the help of his dad and 2 brothers. They run a big inn, and Brooklyn then comes to work for him kind of as like a personal assistant. She sees him with Clara and, starts to kind of form a relationship with Clara and wants to peel back his layers, but Thomas is very
Guarded.
What?
Guarded.
He's guarded and not really interested in this. And so there's a rock climbing incident. Lots of things happen. Anyway. Okay.
I'd like to
Ready for
point out if
another
I
one?
ever went rock climbing, I guarantee there would be an incident as well. You'd probably end up with a hospital stay. Okay.
Okay. Next, I have From Air by Julie Ann. This is about Jamie. Jamie is a traveling nurse, and so she goes to where she's like on a new assignment, and she's going to be renting a room from some firefighters. They're like smoke jumpers. Gosh, I don't know why that was escaping me. So she's there. Calvin lives there. He's one of the firefighters. He's like the resident grump, like kind of just really closed off and grumpy with everyone. And she doesn't like he's almost borderline rude to a degree, but everybody else kind of knows how he is type situation. And she doesn't put up with this crap. And so there's like some good banter between the two of them. And then they start kind of spending time together, and there's like secrets that are going on. And in the roommate clause for renting the room, there is a no fraternization type policy in this. And again, she's only there for temporary time. This is where he's stationed, like this is where he works, like he jumps out of here. And so
Really?
that sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Like smoke jumpers can't just like be like, oh yeah, sure, let's go get a job somewhere else. Like they have certain areas that they're going to be at. Like it's not as easy if like you're a teacher, you can pretty much find a job anywhere you go. So he is also set on not having a relationship, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
And then we also have to find out, why is he such a grump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, I have Between Now and Forever by Adriana Locke. So we have Jay. Jay is closed off. He's very grumpy and he wants everyone to stay away.
Okay.
And we have, oh, also this has a mature heroine, by the way. So if you're wondering. So Gabrielle is looking for her, like she's ready to move on. Like she wants to find the love of her life. She moves in next door. She has a 16-year-old who's very moody. I'm sure we can all relate to this.
Yeah,
And
that one.
her boys' dad has died. And so she's looking for like long-term commitment. Jay is not. Very, very grumpy man. Honestly, the mom should be the one that's grumpy because she's got these teenage boys.
Yes.
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 Okay. This one also has audio. I think all of the books, I'm not sure about the Jay Sterling, but the other two I know have
It does. I was
audio.
looking. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to be quick with my recs here for you. Okay, the next one I do also know has audio, and that's All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles. I love this book. So Ridley is a true crime podcaster, and she is trying to solve her twin sister's murder. Okay. Or disappearance. Like she assumes she's been killed, but she disappeared several years ago. And so she is following who she thinks did it, and like kind of not following him, but following like his, like she believes he's a serial killer. And so she's been following these different cases. And she goes back to the very first victim that actually survived, that she believes was the same man. And so she lives out of her van with her cat, and it's a Volkswagen van. I love this cover. And she travels to this town to try and interview the girl who got away. Well, the sheriff meets her, and he is very grumpy and pissed basically that she's there, does not want her poking around because she finds out that his sister is actually the victim of this. She thinks, like, she doesn't know, but she's trying to put these pieces together. So she is there to talk to his sister. He is very protective of his sister and wants no part of this. So while he's grumpy, he has reasons because he wants to protect his sister. It also really focuses kind of on the true crime podcast, which I just love that stuff. So I really enjoyed this one. It's a little different take on the grumpy sunshine trope. And honestly, I have never really read a book quite like that before. Okay. Then I have Love You Always by Stacey Travis. This is part of the Buttercup Hill series, but you do not have to have read the whole series. They're like interconnected standalones. This also has audio. So we have Archer. He is grumpy. He runs a vineyard, and then Ella is getting married. She is like a Hollywood princess type, and she has come to this vineyard to get, like, this is where she wants to get married. So she's there to like check it out, get all the details put into place. Archer is not happy about any of this. Like, he does not want this spoiled Hollywood princess coming to his vineyard, but his siblings are kind of forcing him to do this because it's not just his, it's like the family vineyard. And he like doesn't want the whole media circus, but they're like, wait, this could be really good for the vineyard because like people will want to come here because she got married here. Well, she starts to fall for Archer, and we learn that her marriage isn't really a marriage. It's a marriage of convenience because she really wants to be a mom and wants to adopt, but has been told that she really needs to be married to be considered. And so then she's kind of in this weird boat because she starts to fall for Archer. Archer wants no part of this other life, really. And she has like the dream of becoming a mom. So there's that one.
Okay.
What number am I on?
That was 5.
That was 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I have
2 and 1.
multiple journals I'm pulling from here. So,
Yeah.
okay. Last but not least is one that I just read, and I wanted to include this because I just love this one so much. This is If You Claim Me by Helena Hunting. So it also has audio. So if you checked and my first one has audio, then all 6 of these have audio for you audiobook lovers out there. So this is Mildred. Mildred, everybody calls her Dread. She, for short, like Mildred.
Mildred.
Dread.
Mildred.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I had a great aunt, Mildred.
Yes.
Oh, sexy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, she has grown up in foster care and kind of has missed like that. She just has this sense of like belonging. She has some trauma for it, which I really feel like Helena does a great job of working through her and Connor's issues and not just kind of sugarcoating them, which sometimes happens in books. And so she had the same name as her grandma. She ended up getting this apartment after she got out of foster care that her grandma had left for her. And so it ends up becoming confusing because their names are the same. And then they find out, and it's like a rent control situation. So she gets slapped with this like 20 grand bill for past rent and is basically told, pay it now or you're out. And she doesn't want to lose her apartment. So she is like desperate to figure out what to do. She works at a library, and Connor and her know each other. They're in the same, like, he's a hockey star. She's friends with some people who are in the hockey world. And so from there, they kind of know each other. She doesn't know this, but one of the older women who come to the library all the time is actually Connor's grandma. And she is sick and needs a surgery. And her and Connor have really, the grandma and Connor have a very close bond. But he is kind of like the black sheep of the family. His, like, anything his dad does, his dad picks at. Like, he just doesn't get along with his mom and dad. They're very much about their image because they're wealthy people and that's all they care about. And so he kind of feels like the black sheep of the family, but grandma is the one that he really has this close connection with. And she just wants to see him happy and with someone before she passes away. So he decides, because he finds out about Mildred's situation, he decides to offer a marriage of convenience. He will pay for her apartment situation if she will marry him and move in with him for like a year. And so she agrees to do that. And he has a lot of self-loathing. So he's kind of almost not so grumpy as more of an ass because of this self-loathing that he has. We see such great character development for both of them, and those layers are really peeled back. He's like a tortured, grumpy asshole. But I loved him. So those are my 6 recs.
Okay.
What grumpy sunshine are you going to read?
I think I'm going to go with Worth the Fall by Jay Sterling.
Okay.
That one. Good old single dad.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
We'll be back.
I guess I didn't have to give you 5 more recs after that.
No. Nope, we're good.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back when I finish.
Okay. All right, Jessica, how did you like Worth the Fall?
It was okay. I'm gonna go with a 4. I'm gonna go with a soft 4. It could have been me because might have been my where I was at. I love the trope. I love Grumpy Sunshine. This one was okay. I think maybe if I'd listened to it, because I read this one, it might have been a little bit better for me. But there's nothing wrong with it per se. It was just I got bored in a few spots. So, but still, check it out. It still might be okay for others.
It's not the one I would have picked for you.
I know, that's what you said after I picked it, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go with it. And then when I'm reading it, I was like, oh, that's why. It just wasn't my cup of tea. But I do think for those who like those kinds of romances, like those the more smaller town romance kind of thing, they're gonna like that.
Yes.
So
He's definitely grumpy.
Yeah, which I liked that. That kept me entertained. It wasn't a bad book. I'm still going to give it a 4. It's just a softer 4 than a hard 4. So I don't feel like it's a 3 or a 3.5. I feel like it's more than that. It's just not like that solid 4 for me. So, and again, it could have been my mood too. So,
Okay.
I still think people need to check it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Check out all the Grumpy Sunshines.
Yes, do that.
Also, we have an announcement. Normally we do these at the beginning of the video, but today we're doing it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
This is our last convincing done in our normal style for the year, because our one in December, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you guys to tell us, we want you to convince us to read one of your favorite books from 2025. And so we will have, there's a link to the Google form. I'm making motions, but in the description, you'll find the Google form, and you just fill that out and tell us if you have one that you want us to read. And then you can pick if it's for who it's for and what it's about. And then we will read those and like a convincing, but we'll read those. We did this back in the spring and we had a lot of fun with it. And you guys said you really liked it. So we thought this would be a good time to do that. So we'll read those and we'll each pick one from the list and read that. So that's going to be our December convincing. So we need to start gathering your guys' thoughts now on what books you want to convince us to read.
Yeah, and we just want them to be, well, we do want them to be one of your top books that you've read this year. So that's in 2025. So you've got 11 months.
In 2025.
Favorite book of 2025, put it on the list and we'll see if it ends up one of our favorites. So
yes. I'm curious to see if there will be any like if we'll see the same book more than once.
I'm curious too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and if so, I'm curious if that will sway us into wanting to pick it. If multiple people like are trying to convince us to read the same book, like maybe that could sway me. I don't know.
It could backfire for me, but that's because my brain doesn't work that way.
No, yours doesn't.
No, it's stubborn.
Well, please make sure to check back on Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and sometimes Wednesdays for new videos from us.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to fill out the Google Doc, and we'll see you in the next video.